Hey guys, welcome to another funny, hilarious, and unfiltered episode of The Shift Show. I'm Kayla, your host, and if you're wondering why I have a list all of a sudden, I just got Invisalign. And I really want my teeth fixed, so I'm not going to take them out. I have to learn to talk with them anyway, so this is a perfect opportunity, if you know what I mean. I just got back from a Sparks game. It is Sunday, June 1st. Wow, the list is actually crazy. I just got back from a Sparks game where they blew like a 17-point lead and lost 80-84 to the Phoenix Mercury. And Satu Sabli kept falling on the ground. And they kept calling fouls on my love, Kelsey Plum. So I'm a little upset. And I feel like it was a great reason. Well, also because I release these episodes on Tuesdays. But also another great reason to record because I have so much to talk about, I fear. And I'm like, wow, an evening I'm full of passion is definitely an evening I should be recording. So, a win is a win. I've also been off for 4 days, so I probably should have recorded earlier, but I was enjoying my 4 days off. When am I have that? Well, I'm going to have that for my birthday. But, after that, I don't know when I'm going to have that again. Not till January, just my luck. And yes, it is June. Anyways, let's get into it. Hopefully you all tuned in and understood and enjoyed my rant about why men hate women and the Diddy trial and Halle Bailey and Sky Jackson and basically why men are the scum of the earth. And if you didn't, go tune in. Duh, easy, light work. Anyways, so real quick, ties into, actually it's all I want to speak about today. Do you guys be seeing it on your For You page on TikTok or even on Instagram? Wait, pause, side note. I also don't have a drink because I cannot drink with the Invisalign in. So I'm having a good old sparkling water. Hopefully you guys are having a rum and coke, a pina colada, any summer drink because it was also hot today. My friends and my cousins swore I was tripping, but I don't care. My phone were at 81 degrees. That's hot to me. I don't care. And my friend gonna be like, I'm from 29 Palms. I don't give a fuck. Girl, this is LA hot. What are we talking about? Anyways, have you guys been seeing on your Explore page on Instagram and your For You page on TikTok, people recording themselves, obviously, low-key, not really low-key, it's very much high-key, crashing out about their jobs while at their jobs. And, I have never been pro-corporation. However, this is getting a little bit ridiculous. No, or, you guys can definitely let me know in the comments if I'm tripping this whole episode. You can be like, girl, calm down. It's not that deep. I don't know. Okay, I feel like companies they suck to work for sometimes. Like I've said in almost every episode, I do like my job. I have complaints about it, don't get me wrong. But nothing that I'm like, damn, let me go find a new job right now. You peruse LinkedIn, Indeed, all of that, but I'm never committed to apply, and if I do apply, I'm never committed to getting an interview for real. So I'm never tripping for because I like my job. I'm chilling over there. But there has been an influx of my generation, more specifically, screaming, crying, throwing up about their retail jobs. And while I do understand, I'm here with you. I feel like you can post it without letting us know the company you work for. You never have to say it. Because I feel like they're the type of people, the people I've seen, I cannot judge all people, you know what I mean? I do, but I shouldn't. I feel like some of the ones that I've been seeing more specifically are people who will scream, cry, and throw up about everything their job hands to them, and then scream, cry, and throw up that they got fired because they were crashing out and talking shit about the place they work for. Because sometimes I'm like, oh no, this is entertaining. I I like had work on Tuesday from 4 to 10 a.m. And then I went to Disneyland right after. Like, I went to Disneyland at like noon. My friend came and picked me up at noon. I posted about that, and I like posted myself at work. I never once said the company name. And I never like, I wasn't complaining about it. I kind of was just like, oh, I'm at work. And then I'm going to Disney right after. Like, come with me. Like, see what I'm doing. Why I'm at work at 4 a.m. on a Tuesday. Because I usually don't work on Tuesdays. So, like, come with me. Basically. But I feel like there has been... Oh, God, I'm finna sound like a boomer. So I actually am redacting that statement I was gonna say. Because I was finna sound like a boomer. Oh, my God. I am, in fact, pro using your phone at work. Most of the time, because these jobs don't pay me enough. But, like you should be getting your job done. But, like, I should be able to check a text. I'm not saying go scroll on your phone. Not at all. You know, time and place, of course. But if my phone vibrates, I should be able to check a text. I should be able to see who's calling me and y'all not be like, why are you on your phone? What are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, I have just seen people crashing out and yelling about work conditions that aren't, how do I say this? Work conditions that are reasonable. Like, oh my God, they asked me to help them out over here because there was no one over there and there were 10 people in my area. Yeah. You had nothing else to do. Yeah. Like, what are we talking about right now? So, I don't know. I don't, like, you guys, like I said, you guys can tell me if I sound like a boomer, but I feel like I don't. I kind of, like, have the question of, is going viral worth, like, is clout chasing worth the consequences? Because I don't know. I don't think these companies are gonna, like, actually, like, fire. I sound crazy. I don't think these companies are gonna actually, like, fire you for, I don't know. I just think, like, okay, there's one person I've seen who works at the same company as me, who be talking so much shit, and, like, sometimes he is right. Like, he is, like, valid. They'll be like, oh, this person didn't show up, like, somebody didn't show up in this department for 4 days, we need you to catch it up. Yes, I can see why you're crashing out. Should you be crashing out on TikTok and, like, talking shit about other employees and using their names? See, you lost me. That's not something I would do. So I'm like, I don't know, because I'm like, but I also don't know if that's, like, a fireable offense. It could be. It mostly just, like, depends on how your company feels, I guess. Or, like, your store specific. Or what you're saying. Because you don't want to get district involved, I fear. I fear that could also happen. But I don't know. Is clout chasing, like, worth the consequences? Because, okay, virality isn't what it used to be. People don't, how do I phrase this? They don't enjoy, they don't respect a good viral moment anymore. Like, going viral is kind of easy at this rate. It's 2025, everybody's on TikTok. My girlfriend and I both use TikTok, like, for real. We just be scrolling sometimes. I literally did this is my current girlfriend. Like, I did that, like, trend on her, and she didn't know what I was talking about. So, like, it worked because she didn't know what I was talking about. However, that trend has gone viral on my algorithm of TikTok. So, going viral is so easy because a certain niche, a certain group of people will see your video. However, virality isn't what it used to be. For instance, I have gone viral quite a few times. Thankfully, I was not talking about work each time because that would have been crazy. The first time I went viral, like viral, I had just finished undergrad. I did like a series, as I called it, where it was like I finished undergrad early, so I finished in December, right before Christmas. So I did this video the week, like within the week before Christmas, like around that time, I was telling my mom the insane things I used to do when I was in high school, because I was like, I'm grown now. Like, I'm 21. You actually cannot beat me up. Like, you cannot whip me. I'm an adult. This would be considered assault at this point. So, I say that to say, like, I was just telling her, like, I did insane things. For instance, one of the things I did was I used to sell Jell-O shots at football games. Insane. Right. I fully understand that. But I was just like, this was just like funny haha moment. I didn't think that I would go like as viral as I did, but I did. And I was like, oh, that was fun. Like, that was cool. I kept my day job. I'm not crazy. I posted 3 of them. The first one went super viral. The second one, not as much. Third one, not as much. My next few videos were not going viral for real. And then I made another one like 3-4 months later. I don't know if you guys know that song. Who is it by? It is by Amaretta the Great. Sorry, it's called Sorry Not Sorry. But she like is not Atlanta. Calipar is not Atlanta. Yeah. So I did it to that song. But I did like other cities and other counties near Los Angeles. So I was talking about like San Bernardino, Riverside, Anaheim, and two other places that I was like, it's not Atlanta. Went viral. Kind of funny. People were in my comments crashing out. Those are just a couple times. Oh, and then like when I finished undergrad, so I like went viral like 4 different times in like December and January. Mind you, 4 times in 2 months is nothing. That is nothing. I wrote on the back of my car, like the windshield of my car, just graduated, put my Venmo, put my Cash App. The author, Roxanne Gay, shout out to her, went to my job, was in the parking lot, saw it, sent me $250, tweeted about it, and I was like working. Like, I was like working hard. I was not hardly working. Saw it during my like 45-minute lunch, to like all these people Venmo me, and I was like, bro, am I getting scammed? What the fuck is this? What's going on? I didn't even see the tweet first. My mom saw the tweet, sent it to me. I made a TikTok video about it. That went viral. Cool. And then I went viral again like in March or April. And then not again until like, I don't know, maybe like October, November. I was talking about this liquor store I went to. I don't know. Like, virality isn't what it used to be. Because when you used to go viral in like 2014, you were on the Ellen Show. Do y'all remember, damn, Danielle, back at it again with the white bands? And then like, that that yodeling kid in Walmart. Yeah. Like, we used to be on the Ellen Show when we went viral. Now it's just another day. You wake up, you go viral, you go back to sleep, you wake up the next day, and you're not going to go viral again. You got to have such niche content. You got to have a following. Like, it takes a lot to be a content creator. Which will never be my full-time ministry because, yeah. So, I'm always, like, concerned, I guess would be a good word to say, about the people who are, like, high key, like, they're going viral, but they're still, like, crashing out about their jobs. What happens if you lose this job? Obviously, like, you would go get another, like, retail job. You could. Those are options. But, like, the influencer pool is so oversaturated in this day and age to where I'm like, I don't know how good of an idea that is. Like, I had a coworker a couple months ago who was talking about how he wanted to be an influencer and how it's not fair because he's working in retail, and he was going to quit and become an influencer and make a bunch of money. And I'm like, become an influencer first, make your money first, and then quit. Or, like, find a new job and then do that and then quit and then just be an influencer. I don't know. I don't think being an influencer is hard. However, I do think that period of not being an influencer to becoming an influencer, that is going to be a very hard time. If you're not, like, posting multiple videos every day, you're not tapping into that niche content, you're not going to go anywhere. So, like, I'm not that you're not gonna go anywhere. That was, like, very, like, rude of me to say. But, like, you're not gonna, this is not your, like, you're not gonna flourish in that because the influencer pool is so oversaturated. Yes, people are still getting invited to brand trips. Yes, we're becoming into a recession. So, yes, it's time to do that. Time to tap into other things. But you gotta tap into other things while also doing your 9 to 5. So I always get like, I'm seeing all these like Gen Z who are like my age, like 25, 26, who are like doing this. And I'm like, what happens if we get fired? And like, sure, they may not care, but like, I don't know. I got a car note to pay. I ain't trying to have Chevrolet knocking at my door, being like, give me my motherfucking car. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just, yeah, I don't know. Maybe this probably just is not my ministry, not for me to be like preaching about. So maybe I just don't understand. And if that's the case, hey, so be it. But I don't know. That's just not something I plan on like doing because it's just not a good idea. But with that being said, because I've spoken for the last 16, 17 minutes, I don't know. We're going to take a quick break. I can't drink my sparkling water while recording because I sound crazy trying to drink with the Invisalign. I know I sound crazy talking. Like, I'm actually not taking them out, and so hopefully I get used to this by next week. But with that being said, we will be right back. Okay, we're back. And I can't believe I forgot to say this. Remember how I said I'm recording this June 1st? Happy Pride Month, okay? Not only is it Pride Month, and I am the B, in parentheses, I think, in the LGBTQ community, it's also my birthday month. Meaning, everybody has to be super nice to me all fucking month. Because it is my time to shine, okay? I get a month dedicated to me personally, okay? Also, like, Black History Month. Like, you know, I get 2 months out of the year. 2 months. Oh, 3. Women's health. Yeah. Anyways. It is Pride Month. And going on with social media and everything, have you guys seen on social media these stores, Pride Month items? Boy, oh boy, are they not, these things are so ugly. So I know that Pride Month, I know that the Pride collection was taken out of the store that I work at for years. Maybe like 2, maybe 1, but I think 2. Just because it had so much controversy. They're bringing it back. Cool. So is one of our competitors. One of my competitors, one of their clothing item said homo esta. So we can probably like imagine how Pride Month's gonna go just based on like that alone. Cause that shit was crazy. And like, most importantly, I want to know who's like coming up with these, how do I say, these designs. Who made these? Because there is one company who, y'all know the phrase U-Haul? And if you don't, let me educate you. Although I feel like most of my listeners are like somewhat pro-LGBTQ, I hope. And if you don't, go to hell. Anyways, have y'all heard the term of U-Haul? Right? If you haven't, I got an explanation for you. So, U-Hauls are lesbians who, they have their first date. 5 days later, they're on date 3 and they're already moved in. Not literally, obviously, but like figuratively, but like lesbians move at the speed of light. My girlfriend and I didn't. We were not playing that. I don't want to say I was not playing that. But we were not playing that. However, my best friends did. And like, they're literally getting engaged. Jesus. Glad they are already engaged. Because that would kind of suck. I would have to re-record this. They're literally getting married next year. So, clearly it worked for them. That was not my ministry. I have had some very interesting exes. They met and fell in love when they were like 20. And I love that for them. When I was 20, I was still dating a man. Like, clearly that was not my ministry. Also, when I was 20, my girlfriend was 21, at Cal State Bakersfield, and I was at Cal State Monterey Bay. So she didn't find me yet. She took her 4 more years to find me, which whatever, fine. But yeah, lesbians move at the speed of light. There is one company who one of their items in their Pride collection is a truck, and it says like move in with the lesbian flag on it, and I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. Mostly because I don't know. I feel my aunt said something quite egregious the other day, but she was like, that's like during Black History Month having a shirt that says my nigga. No, it's not. But I understand where she was coming from. You know what I mean? Like, that's the same thing as, like, I don't have an analogy, I fear. And the only analogy I do have, because she said it to me, I think 2 days ago, yesterday, whatever that was, that one. So that's the only one I got right now. But, yeah, the Pride collections have not been hitting. I don't know if they ever really hit. I don't think they're for Black gays. So maybe that's the reason. Maybe because I'm Black and intersectionality, being gay is not my only, not the only way I define myself. Maybe that's why, because my friends and I kind of hate every like Pride collection from every store, really. And yeah, you know, being a woman who's Black, that really does, you know, we have the intersectionality be intersectionality-ing. So, that was a mouthful without Invisalign, so can't imagine what I sound like, but that's not my business because I'm not even going to listen to this part. Maybe that's the reason we don't like it, but it's been terrible. But anyways, happy Pride Month to all my gays, my lesbians, my theys and thems, and especially my bisexuals, because they be trying to erase us. And people be like, oh, bisexuality and pansexuality are the same thing. No, it's not. That's why there's 2 different words for it. And do I think the LGBTQIAJK, LMNOP, the alphabet mafia, do I think they be doing a lot? Yes. However, the amount of biphobia and bi erasure in our society is insane. So, especially happy Pride Month to us who mostly, if you're in a same-sex relationship. Because, like, they be erasing us because people who are like, no, we're in a queer relationship because I'm bisexual. You're still dating a straight man, you're straight presenting. Not the same thing. And your straight man is definitely dating you. Well, I don't want to say definitely because I don't know them people. But your straight man is dating you because he has a fetish. You know, but I'm not going to get into that. So, happy Pride Month to everybody, especially my bisexuals who are in a same-sex relationship. We are ruling the world right now. And I say that because I am bisexual. Anywho, back to what I was saying. That I feel like fit in because Pride Month is always so fun. Let me go get my Skittles tomorrow, though. I swear my sister actually, brought home Skittles one day and was like, yeah, I got you this because I know you like them. Are you saying that because I'm gay? I know she wasn't, but I'm also just insane. So there's that. Anyways, going back to the virality of things, I'm very excited. Oh my god, the mic. That, I don't know. The mic fell, so I actually will listen to this. What the fuck? I'm not re-recording, so I hope you didn't. Speaking of the virality of things and the Pride things going viral and everything going viral while working in retail and just working. Like, fuck working in retail. That was my sparkling water. Fuck working retail. Things going viral in general. Did you guys see that girl who was like, why are you in a Pilates class if you're fat? Did y'all see her? Yeah, let's discuss. I have my thoughts and opinions on that. So this is me, telling, the story I kind of saw online. And I say kind of because I don't really know it that well. But a girl got on TikTok and was like, why are there, I don't know if she said girls or people, but why are there girls in Pilates class who in a level 2 Pilates class and they're over 200 pounds, right? And then she's like, and you shouldn't be a Pilates instructor if you're fat and if you have a gut. She did all of that. She was talking big shit. So before I get on the repercussions of what she faced, let's divulge. I hope that's how you say. I hope that's the right word. Let me look that up. Well, divulge means to make known, but I don't know if I use that in the correct word, in the correct way, but I feel like I did. But let's talk about why what she said was an issue. One, why are you in a level 2 Pilates class if you're over 200 pounds? Bitch, fuck you. Let's start there. Okay, I am 5'10". I'm not going to say my weight right now because that's my business. However, peak me in high school, before my body changed. It hasn't changed like that much, but it obviously has changed. Peak me in high school, pre-pandemic, pre-like snacking, pre-whatever. High school and like my first year of undergrad when I was still like playing sports and exercising damn near 7 days a week. I was at like 205. And I'm not saying definitely have not gained much more than that. I'm still in the 2 range, but I was at 205 and I was like a size large, size like 12, 14 in pants. And right now we're like a 14, 16 in pants. But I was like a 12, 14 in pants, 12, 14 in dresses. Oh, that's a funny word to say with Invisalign. But yeah, I was like that size. And I was, like I said, I was 205. Peak shape. Put that to me now. I'm not under 205, of course, because that was me peak, because I'm 5'10", and I'm not a small girl, and I do not come from a small family. I was not destined to be a skinny mini. I used to do Pilates. I stopped doing Pilates because Pilates is not made for women who are over 5'10". Well, people, but I say women because girls only. It's not made for people who are over like 5'7", to be honest. The reformer is very small. You feel like you're working out. Whole time you're just making yourself sore because you do not fit on this thing. And don't get me wrong, there are definitely some places where like it's like easier and better for tall individuals. But like a lot of the times it's not. You like if it can accommodate you, you're not gonna get the best workout, is what I found out. Especially at places like Club Pilates. I felt like I wasn't getting a workout because I had to like extend the reformer out all the way because I'm so tall. Like my legs were on the thing and also almost touching the floor. Like it was just not for me. But when I was doing Pilates and I'm like, okay, I think I enjoy this. I don't know. I'm still, discovering if I like it. I got all the way up to a level 2.75 class. So it was like 0.5, it was like 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.25, and 2.75. That's how that one went. I got all the way up to 2.75 or 2.5, something like that. Like I was above 2, but not quite 3. Because I was working my ass off. Are you kidding me? Body tea, coochie good. Like I was doing my shit. I was also like going through a breakup, so I was like actively like, oh, I'm on my grind for real. But like I said, I'm over 200 pounds. I'm also not small. Like I am what people would call a big girl. Bitch, I do Pilates better than you. That's why that's why that girl's in that class. And did she take your man? Because the bitch clearly is male-centered. And I say that because I feel like women who get on the internet and bash an entire demographic of women, if you are talking about one girl only, cool. That's fine. I don't care about that. That bitch did you dirty. I hope. Because I don't get on the internet talking about like most women because that's kind of crazy. But to talk about an entire demographic of women is insane. And did a girl over 200 pounds take your man? Because I hope she did. And I hope she fucked him good. And I hope he stayed with her. Because clearly that's what you deserve. So that's the first part. And then she's like, you should not be teaching a Pilates class if you're fat and have a gut. Why are you in their business? Why are you in their pants? And clearly, they teaching a Pilates class because they're better than you and they do Pilates better than you. Easy. They took your man? Somebody with a gut took your man? I hope so. I hope they continue to take your man. Anyways, she posted that. A week later, she was fired from her job and her Pilates membership was revoked. I'm talking about in there. That's what she gets. You thought that this was going to hit a certain demographic of women who are small, petite, and hate bigger women, or people who hate bigger women, because fat phobia is really only extended to women. And I'm not saying that men should experience fat phobia. However, why don't they? Riddle me that. So, I don't know. So, you thought that this post was going to extend to a certain demographic of people. It didn't. You got fired, and it came out that she was having an affair with her boss. Or somebody. She was having an affair with somebody. That's what she gets. Haha, loser. And I mean that. So, there's that. But, yeah, she thought she was going to have her 45 seconds of fame. Whole time, now her life blown up. And she got on the internet talking about, guys, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I would post that. Yes, you do. You thought you were going to hit your demographic. And when it went as viral as it did, which you probably were not expecting it to go as viral as it did, because typically, palm color people do not reach my For You page, typically. And she did. So I'm like, that's how I know. I'm like, oh no, girl, you wanted to go viral, but viral in your world. Viral to people who will agree with you, which it didn't. Sucks to suck. Again, you wanted your 15 minutes of fame, which you got, not in a good way, and now you're dealing with the consequences. Was the clout worth it? And I hope a study is done, one, on kids who went to high school during the pandemic. Most importantly, I really hope that study is done soon. But two, on clout chasing. Because what is it? Don't get me wrong. I enjoy going viral. I do. However, I know how I feel about negative comments. Don't talk about me. But I can't say that because I posted this video on the internet, like, for people to see. People are going to have their opinions. And do I want them to keep their negative opinion to themselves? Yes, but that also would mean that I would need people to keep their positive comments to themselves too. So, yeah. But I hope there's a study done on clout chasing, on the effects of virality on people's psyche. I feel like that was a great way to say that. And if it wasn't, again, y'all can tell me in the comments. But yeah, going viral is all fun and games until you ain't got no job. Like, do I post my little TikToks and go? Absolutely. Do I post them? I usually don't post them while recording at work, but I worked a 4 a.m. shift and the store did not open till 8. So there's 4 hours where I was like not with any customer, and I got my job done, so that's most important. But there were no customers in there. And then hour 4, I went to lunch for 45 minutes, came back for an hour and 15, and that hour and 15 I just didn't record. I took a picture. I took a 10-second video with, like, on the ground mostly. So I'm like, have some discernment. And, like, I get it. Like, I want to record my day too. I love those get ready with me's. I love those day in the life. I love those. However, we need to have some discernment. That has actually been my word of the quarter. So, people need to learn some discernment. And on that note, we're going to take a quick break. I will be right back. Okay, we're back. And by we, obviously, I just mean me. There is a very, my last little rant. Well, I don't ever want to say last because I'm a yapper. I gotta be realistic. There is a very fine line between, crashing out and simply making content about the reality of your job. Very, very big difference. I mean, no. Very, very fine line. And I feel like people cross that line every day. Especially with the influx of videos I've been seeing have kind of been crazy. Like, yelling out full, names, first and last, of HR, of just your coworkers, is insane. I don't like that. No way. So I'm like, I don't know. I feel like people aren't really going to start like seeing, I don't think people are going to understand the consequences until it's too late for them. Like, people aren't going to start seeing that until they get written up, until they no longer are employed. And I don't know, like, I feel like with the influx, it's going to get to a point where the company's like, you actually cannot record at all. And if we find out that you have, there will be like serious consequences because people be crashing out. Now, the easiest way, don't say where you work. Well, you cannot say it, and people will still figure it out. Uniforms literally exist. Like, actually, like, you work in retail, 9 times out of 10, you have a uniform. So, uniforms literally exist. But also, like, there are signs, like, literal signs and figurative ones. So, you know, not the easiest. And people could easily just be like, oh, like, you don't have to record while you're at work. Side note, my thing about, like, Gen X and boomers is they're always like, oh, why are you always posting your life online? We don't want to see you at work. We don't want to see what you have for lunch. We don't want to see da 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 da. I hate when they do that. Because they're the same people who post, like, where they're at and while they're there. Like, and I'm not saying everybody got ops. Hopefully I don't have no ops no more. But hopefully they don't got ops. But I say all that to say that, like, they're, like, the main ones saying, like, oh, why do you need to post everything online? Like, there's no need for that when they post everything online. Just because their online is very different than ours, like, you're not going to go viral on Facebook. You know what I mean? Like, that's just not realistic. Like, obviously people do. But you posting your blurry photo at Simply Salad is going to go viral on Facebook. However, I just hate that they'll be like, we don't want to see what you have for lunch. You posted what you had for lunch 2 weeks ago. You posted that you were out with your homegirl 2 weeks ago. What's the difference? So, yeah. I hate that. But anyways, back to what I was saying. I do feel like it's gonna come to a point where employers are like, if you post about it and we find it, you're gonna get written up, fired, whatever the case may be, like whatever consequence they deem necessary because of the way people are acting right now. Now, do I be crashing out in the car by my job? Yeah, in the comfort of my car by myself. That's my business. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna crash out online. Also, I don't have a reason to crash out on my job because I don't hate it. But I would never do it online, mostly because I'm a manager and because my pages are public and I want them to stay public because that's who I am as a person. Not like I'm saying I'm not like a public person, but like the things I do not mind other people seeing them, obviously, because I would be private if I did. But yeah, I do feel like it's going to come to a point like that. And then I also feel like these funny posts may turn into like customer complaints. Because like, okay, obviously when people are like recording themselves at work and then they have a voiceover of them crashing out, they're obviously not recording their crash out at work. Obviously the talking part is recorded at home. But the off chance that somebody is like shopping while they're like recording and they're like in the background of their video and they're crashing out about their job, now they have an issue with that. Y'all know how palm color people are. They have an issue with that. Anything can happen. I don't know. I refuse to simply risk my livelihood for a couple of views online. And I'm iffy about content creation, mostly because I know the pool is oversaturated and it's just not worth the risk right now because we're going to a second recession in my lifetime. It's not worth the risk. Won't be doing that. But I don't know. You guys can tell me your opinions about attempting to go viral online at work. I think the way that you do it, it's all about the way that you do it. The way that it comes across online is like what is most important. And again, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. But with that being said, we are gonna read a story. We're gonna talk. We're gonna yap. Gotta go pull it up. So I'll be right back to go pull up said story. Okay, this is a story that was like sent in last week when you guys remember, I was like, I'm gonna do more of these next. I'm gonna do one more of these next week. I thought it was a good story. Well, I thought they were all good. And because I'm a bit scatterbrained myself, I do not remember everything, so I don't remember what this said. So these are my reactions again. But yeah, I love these. Thank you guys for sending them in. If you want your story read on the Shift Show Pod, send it in to theshiftshowpod@gmail.com. You don't have to say where you work because I literally have to go. Just because I'm nosy, you don't have to tell me. I literally have to go in and like edit myself, not like saying your like the place that you work at, the company name of where you work. So if you guys don't want to tell me, I understand, because my crazy ass be like, oh my god, I almost said it. Oh my god, I gotta bleep it out. Literally had to do that for myself. What, 2 weeks ago? That was insane. I had to listen so intently. Like when I edit. Side note, Lord, I am a yapper. When I edit, I usually just like I'm doing something while I'm editing. So I'll be folding clothes, or I'll be like cleaning my room, or like whatever the case may be. I'm doing something while editing. Not that time. I sat through all 57 minutes of that podcast because I'm like, oh, I don't even remember when I said it. Of course, I had said it towards the end. So, anyways, you guys do not have to tell me. But this story is from Cheyenne. I say that because she did not disclose where she worked, and I'm like, I actually eat that shit up because my nosy ass don't need to know for real. The caption or the subject or the name of it, assuming, is called "He was her manager, ... and her boyfriend," and boyfriend is capitalized. So this is gonna get juicy, and I eat this shit up. Here's a story from an HR side of things. It was a kind of mess that like starts with whispers in the break room and ends up in HR's office. It all started when I was managing a mid-sized location of a popular retail chain. I won't say the name, but let's just say people came in for the sales and stayed for the drama. Ate that up. That was such a good opener. Oh my god. And also, thank you for saying mid-sized popular retail chain. That could be literally so many. One of our assistant managers, I'll call him Chris for the time being, had been with the company for a while. Solid dude, got things done, no red flags. Until he got a little too close to one of our newer hires. I'll call her Jenna. I'm saying I'll call her because this is what she's calling him. At first, it looked like a mentorship. He was helping her adjust, showing her the ropes, normal stuff. But then came late night texts, inside jokes that no one else understood, and the quote-unquote coincidental overlapping shift. People started talking. Yeah, girl. It got weird when Jenna, who had only been hired for a couple of months, started getting scheduled preferable schedules, like weekends off, while more senior team members were still grinding. Then she got a fast-track promotion to a team lead position, and people weren't quiet about it. So naturally, someone filed a complaint, not about the relationship itself, but about favoritism. At that point, as a manager, I had to report it to HR. Once they started digging, it turned out Chris and Jenna had been dating for almost 3 months and hadn't disclosed it. Now, normally, workplace relationships aren't a fireable offense, but in our policy, any relationship involving a power imbalance had to be disclosed and managed. He was her, caps lock, direct supervisor. That made it an HR liability. Chris was interviewed, so was Jenna. They admitted to the relationship. HR asked if there had been any preferential treatment, and even if they had denied it, the perception was already the perception was already damaging the team. Where did I read doing? Free me. In the end, Chris was let go for violating policy. Jenna was moved to another location and put on a performance improvement plan, and we had to do another round of sensitivity and ethics training. What made it worse, after Chris was fired, Jenna stopped showing up to work 2 weeks later, completely ghosted the entire company. Girl, oh my god, I didn't realize you were gonna tell me he was fired. Oh, that's insane. I'm glad I read this one. Like, I'm glad y'all got my reactions, because what the fuck? Cheyenne, I don't know if that's your government name. I don't know if that's your name for real. But girl, oh my god. Do you still work there? Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that, because I'm crazy. That was a crazy thing for me to say. However, comment, oh my god. What the fuck? Like, here's the thing. My question is, were they dating and then she got hired? Or did she get hired and they started dating? Because I guess both are weird. I guess both are wrong. But in my eyes, as someone who's also a manager, I think that if they were dating before Jenna got hired, I think that's worse. Because you obviously like got her this job. You were her direct supervisor, so presumably you hired her. But then I'm like, it's an imbalance of power if they started dating. I don't know. I'm like iffy about this now. Damn. I got too many questions. Fuck. I don't know. I hope you guys leave me your comments about this story in the comment section because, oh my God. Wow. Like, genuinely, I'm like, I really do think that, okay. In company eyes, with my company goggles on, with my corporation goggles on, if they were dating before she got hired and then she applied and then he hired her and then fast tracked her to getting promoted, that looks bad with my company goggles on. However, if I take those off, I'm like, oh, yeah, you did a big one for your girlfriend. Like, yeah, I see it as a girl. As I'm just a girl. Like, I understand that. However, company goggles on, I'm like, oh, that's a problem for the company. But company goggles on still. Okay. I think I have a problem with it more if he hired her and then they started dating and then she got promoted. Like, if they were not already together when she got hired, I have a problem with that more. Because although she's an adult, because of the imbalance of power, it could look like grooming. It could just look, and I'm not saying there has to be, like, an age difference of, like, management. Because, like, I'm one of the youngest managers at my store. So, and I'm only 25. However, I still think that, like if I hired an 18-year-old, I would never date an 18-year-old. It's like what I'm saying to this. The imbalance of power, it just, and like potentially the potential like age difference gives grooming. So I'm like, I have more of a problem like personally, like me myself, and then with my company goggles on, I'm like, I have more of a problem with that than if he got his girlfriend hired. Because again, company goggles on, like that's an issue for the company. However, outside, so you got your girl hired. You did her a big one. She did her job, you got her hired. Like, morally, ethically, I think is what I want to use. Ethically, outside the company, I don't have a problem with that. You know, we do favors for people that we know. Like, that's kind of how I see that, outside the company. Damn, that's crazy, actually. I'm not going to date anybody. You guys know how I feel about dating people. We already have discussed how I feel about dating people who work with you. I did in fact say that you can fuck him. I don't care. Fucking upper management though, this is not Grey's Anatomy, and you are not Christina, and he is not Burke. Do not do that. You gotta fuck your coworkers. You gotta fuck direct coworkers, and that's it. Hell, I don't even hang out with my team members. We don't even go out for lunch, dinner. No, I'm not doing that. It just, the lines become blurred. If they were like a different on a different team, I'm not as iffy about that. So, I don't know. That's crazy though. Getting yourself fired, and I bet it was a decent paying job. You're bad, brother. That was crazy. Thank you for that story. Oh my God. I hope y'all start sending stories like that, because that's the type of tea that I need. Clearly, my fucking having a list ass. That's the tea I need. Anyways, that concludes our episode. Happy Pride Month. Happy birth month to me. My third episode this month will be released on my birthday. So I hope you guys all listen, especially during this month, because if you don't, you hate me and you're homophobic. Just kidding. Love you guys. Tons. Anyways, if you want your story read, like I said, email me at theshiftshowpod@gmail.com. I'm definitely going to read it. Like, I love these stories, okay? I eat them up. You can follow me on Instagram at theshiftshowpod on Instagram. And then my personal Instagram at simply.kayla with 2 S's and 2 Y's and simply. And then I'm on TikTok, of course, at kayla.benches with 2 A's. Oh, no, it's just Kayla Benches with 2 A's. And, yeah, happy Pride Month. Please be as gay as you can all month and all year and forever, but especially all month. And I hope you guys have an amazing weekend, amazing day, and an amazing Pride Month. And I will see you next week. Bye.